And, trolling is what I tell people is the art of getting salmon to bite hooks for your financial freedom. Not very many people can say that they do it, and therefore it, satisfies me a lot in that way. Back in 1996, I moved up to Alaska. Did not know anybody, and I ended up participating in about every fishery that you can imagine. Lived on the docks for about 2 weeks and got my first job on a shrimp boat. And within 2 or 3 years, I ended up participating in about every other fishery up here, including seining, gill netting, power trolling, and crabbing as a deckhand. And how I got into the trolling is I decided I was tired of not wanting to work in the private sector anymore. The trolling was just really the most affordable, and it was also the most appealing just because of the lifestyle. I think my favorite part is at the end of the day, when you pull into a secluded cove or acreage somewhere, and you just turn off the engine, and the silence is deafening, and you're just looking around, and you're taking that moment to really enjoy it. When you're really fishing on your head down, and you are concentrating on what you're doing, but that is your moment of the day, just to soak it all in and realize, where you're at. Competition from foreign fish sources, such as Chile and Norway, and their farmed Atlantic salmon. They are taking a big bite out of our U.S. markets by flooding the markets with cheaper fish, and then we have to compete against that. We've tried to compete with our wild side, wild Alaskan products, which is very helpful, but it's getting the consumers educated in those areas that is a challenge that's really posing to be a big problem for us, I think. I know when I go home, and the first thing I do when I walk into a supermarket is I go to the meat case, and I want to see where the fish are coming from, and to see if they even have any wild-caught fish at all, especially the Alaska products. And it's the same to me that most of the time our fish, you'll see them in the specialty markets, but you will not see them like in the big, the Kroger, the Albertsons, food markets and stuff like that, because they're just not in there. A concern for me is getting the new generation of power troll fishermen to be more involved in the politics. It's really easy to assume that our opportunities are always going to be there for us, and they are not guaranteed. You've already invested the time into your boat and into your business. You might as well just take it a step further and get involved with your politics. I'm not saying you have to be out there charging on the front line, but you need to be informed, and you need to be involved with what's going on. So you have a say about your future. I'm really happy that every single fish, except our round fisheries, but when I say this, I'm really gearing this towards the king and the coho production. Every single fish and every single troller is handled and inspected individually. From the processing, from the minute it's got on board to the minute you put it to the processor, they're inspecting every fish individually, and I'm really proud of that. I know one of the things I often think about is after those fish go into a company like SBC or Fit the Sound or many of the other processors is where does that fish end up going? I often wonder about that. So for me, I want to be able to put the best product out there that I possibly can, and I have a feeling that, most, if not all of the trolls, they feel that way. From the minute that fish hits the deck on the boat, that we take great pride in what we're doing and not take anything for granted.